Hey there! Welcome to my channel, Dabara TV. I'm so glad you're here. In this video, we'll discuss the insights of the International Code for the Construction and Equipment of Ships Carrying Dangerous Chemicals in Bulk, IBC Code. Code for the Construction Equipment of Ships Carrying Dangerous Chemicals in Bulk, BCH Code, and the HNS Convention, Hazardous Noxious Substances. Let's get started. International Code for the Construction and Equipment of Ships Carrying Dangerous Chemicals in Bulk, IBC Code. Regulations in SOLAS cover carriage of chemicals in bulk. Chapter 7. Carriage of Dangerous Goods and MARPOL Annex 2. Regulations for the Control of Pollution by Noxious Liquid Substances in Bulk. Both conventions require chemical tankers built after 1 July 1986 to comply with the International Code for the Construction and Equipment of Ships Carrying Dangerous Chemicals in Bulk, IBC Code. The IBC Code provides an international standard for safely carriage of dangerous chemicals and noxious liquid substances in bulk by sea, as listed in Chapter 17 of the Code. To minimize the risks to ships, their crews, and the environment, the Code prescribes the design and construction standards of boats and the equipment they should carry, with due regard to the nature of the products involved. In December 1985, by Resolution MEPC 1922, the Code was extended to cover marine pollution aspects and applies to ships built after 1 July 1986. In October 2004, IMO adopted revised MARPOL Annex 2 regulations to control pollution by noxious liquid substances in bulk. This regulation incorporated a 4-category categorization system for toxic and liquid substances and entered into force on 1 January 2007. Consequential amendments to the International Bulk Chemical Code, IBC Code, were adopted in October 2004, reflecting the changes to MARPOL Annex 2. The amendments incorporate revisions to categorize certain products based on their properties as potential marine pollutants and to ship type and carriage requirements following their evaluation by the Evaluation of Hazardous Substances Working Group. Ships subject to the Code shall be designed to one of the following standards. A Type 1 ship is a chemical tanker intended to transport Chapter 17 products with severe environmental and safety hazards that require maximum preventive measures to prevent the escape of such cargo. A Type 2 ship is a chemical tanker intended to transport Chapter 17 products with appreciably severe environmental and safety hazards that require significant preventive measures to prevent the escape of such cargo. A Type 3 ship is a chemical tanker intended to transport Chapter 17 products with severe environmental and safety hazards, requiring moderate containment to increase survival capability in a damaged condition. Thus, a Type 1 ship is a chemical tanker intended to transport products with the most significant overall hazard, and Type 2 and Type 3 ships are for products with progressively lesser hazards. Accordingly, a Type 1 ship shall survive the most severe damage standard, and its cargo tanks shall be located at the maximum prescribed distance inboard from the shell plating. Code for the Construction Equipment of Ships Carrying Dangerous Chemicals in Bulk, BCH Code, under Regulation 11 of Annex 2 to MARPOL 7378. Chemical tankers constructed before 1 July 1986 must comply with the requirements of the Code for the Construction and Equipment of Ships Carrying Dangerous Chemicals in Bulk, BCH Code, the predecessor of the IBC Code. The BCH Code remains a recommendation under the 1974 SOLAS Convention. The HNS Convention. Transporting hazardous and noxious substances, HNS, by sea is a vital trade. Chemicals and other products underpin many manufacturing processes, and IMO regulations ensure their safe transport. However, incidents do happen, and the HNS Convention is the last piece in the puzzle needed to ensure that those who have suffered damage have access to a comprehensive and international liability and compensation regime. NS covered by the convention includes oils, Other liquid substances defined as harmful or dangerous, liquefied gases, liquid substances with a flash point not exceeding 60 RC, dangerous, hazardous, and harmful materials and substances carried in packaged form or containers, and solid bulk materials defined as possessing chemical hazards. The HNS Convention establishes that the polluter pays by ensuring that the shipping and HNS industries compensate those who have suffered loss or damage from an HNS incident. The shipping, oil, gas, chemical, petrochemical, and other HNS industries are committed to paying such compensation through an international system, and the HNS Convention provides the framework for such a system. The HNS Convention benefits all state parties, producing, receiving, and coastal states, by establishing a system of strict liability and clear claims criteria. The current HNS Convention was adopted in 2010, amending a previous instrument adopted in 1996. However, the 2010 HNS Convention still needs to enter into force. States must ratify it before this can happen. HNS Convention Implementation. The HNS Convention was adopted by an international conference in 1996 and is based on the highly successful model of the Civil Liability and Fund Conventions, which cover pollution damage caused by spills of persistent oil from tankers. As with the original oil pollution compensation regime, the HNS Convention will establish a two-tier system for compensation to be paid in the event of accidents at sea, in this case, involving hazardous and harmful substances such as chemicals. However, it goes further in that it covers pollution damage and the risks of fire and explosion, including loss of life or personal injury and loss of or property damage. Tier 1 will be covered by compulsory insurance taken out by ship owners, who can limit liability. In those cases where the insurance does not cover an incident or is insufficient to satisfy the claim, a second tier of compensation will be paid from a fund made up of contributions from the receivers of HNS. Contributions will be calculated according to the amount of HNS each party receives in the preceding calendar year. HNS refers to lists of substances included in various IMO conventions and codes. These include oils, other liquid substances defined as harmful or dangerous, liquefied gases, liquid substances with a flash point not exceeding 60 degrees, dangerous, hazardous, and toxic materials and substances carried in packaged form, and solid bulk materials defined as possessing chemical hazards. The convention also covers residues left by the previous carriage of HNS, other than those carried in packaged form. The convention defines damage as including loss of life or personal injury, loss of or damage to property outside the ship, loss or damage by contamination of the environment, the costs of preventative measures and further loss or damage caused by them. The convention introduces strict liability for the shipowner and a system of compulsory insurance and insurance certificates. By 2009, the 1996 HNS Convention had yet to enter into force due to insufficient ratifications. A second international conference, held in April 2010, adopted a protocol to the HNS Convention, 2010 HNS Protocol, designed to address practical problems that had prevented many states from ratifying the original convention. Once the 2010 HNS Protocol enters into force, the 1996 Convention, as amended by the 2010 Protocol, will be called the International Convention on Liability and Compensation for Damage in Connection with the Carriage of Hazardous and Noxious Substances by Sea 2010. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. See you next time.